We cannot wait 7 years for the next CAP reform. I think we have a great opportunity now, and we better make it happen now.
Our key priority for the future CAP is simplification. Farmers need to have simpler measures that work on the ground so that they can understand what they are supposed to do. And currently, it's so complex that even sometimes member states that are supposed to implement them, they don't know how to proceed. So what we need is really simple rules that make sense, that can be transposed easily into the ground.
It's a dilemma for the Commissioner, for Mr. Hogan. If he wants to fully devolve the design of the Common Agriculture Policy to member states, he's almost sure that you will have cracks in the single market because member states will start designing policies that compete with their neighbors. But if he doesn't want that to happen and it goes towards a very strict list of interventions that member states can have, and on top of that is the Commission that accepts or rejects those national plans, then you have a hugely technocratic involvement. And where is the simplification of the policy?
We believe that by making much more clear the specific objectives we have to meet, we would be able to provide more flexibility to member states to adapt these objectives at their local level without burdening farmers additionally. But a lot of that also depends on the manner by which we are able to use new technologies that allow us to simplify not only the type of controls we had in the past, but also to shift our focus away from compliance and specific rules to the delivery of specific results that are much more measurable than what we used to do in the past.
For me, the most important thing is that we should move away from a system where we reward people essentially just for owning land and we give public money to some very wealthy people, and we move towards a system where the money is in return for achieving social and environmental benefits. And for me, the most important benefit we could be talking about there is in terms of climate, because if we farm in a way that we have rich soils, they can hold a lot of carbon. We can also have agroforestry schemes where we combine trees with growing crops. These systems mean that the land can hold a lot of carbon, and that will really help us to tackle the climate crisis that we're in.
We are strongly fighting for the budget because we think that the farmers need this budget, and if we want to create an intelligent policy, we need this budget. And so any cut is a problem for the policy itself. I do not accept that we have, let's say, a budget problem because of Brexit, and at the end farmers need to finance it.
Public money should be used for public goods. So obviously any support to farmers related with efficient use of the money for nature conservation or combating climate change, I think is very welcome. And on the other hand, the EU money in particular should ensure that its use is very much having a high EU added value. Again, for public goods and for environmental matters. I hope that there will be a transition to a more sustainable agriculture in future. We are facing incredibly huge environmental issues, and we better prepare for those right now. I insist the opportunities now. The budget of the European Union is being reviewed right now, and if we don't use this opportunity, we will have to wait 7 years. I am not sure that the environment can handle it anymore.